Hey, what's happening? What's happening, folks? What's the word? All right. Welcome to another episode of the maheshchookolingo podcast show. Haven't found a name yet. If you guys come up with names, feel free to drop some suggestions. I have been receiving a lot of suggestions on things to talk about in my DMs. I apologize if I haven't reached back out to you. It's because I'm pretty busy. I have a pretty hectic lifestyle. And I decided to take today, Sunday, to kind of catch up on all the episodes I have not been making. So today, one of my topics is, I'm going to be breaking up my videos into different segments. So I will have different things like reactions to shows, reaction to music, critique, reviews. I will talk about technology. I will talk about politics. I will talk about just about anything you can think about. And if you are interested on coming on my podcast or being on my show, I know I'm just a small fry. I know I'm just a nobody right now, but I'm determined. And I really do believe I have something to build upon. So if you'd like to join me on my quest and my journey, and you want a Zoom call or Skype in or some other video conference way in to the show, please go ahead and hit me up in my DMs. I will get to you. I'm a one-man show. I eventually want to build a production team. I would like to get a manager. I would like to get an editor. And I would like to slowly start molding and building a team around my show. So we will get there, folks. It's just a long road ahead. So until we get there, I am going to be doing as best as I can. I still have to keep my day job to keep the lights on and keep the mortgage paid. And by day, I am a field engineer. I work on broken equipment, and I fix them. And in some cases, I just replace parts. So just, it's a side joke for mechanics and technicians around the world. Anyway, going back to my topic, I wanted to give us my take on The Boyz on Amazon Prime. If you, I will like to warn you that this series is very graphic, very violent, very bloody, gruesome even at times. But it was interesting because it took me into the psychology of Hollywood. So when I watched this show, I looked at it from the perspective of who are the writers? What are they trying to convey? What was the overall message? Did it have anything based in what's happening now in our society as we speak? Is it portraying the way they look at the world? The answer is yes, it does all those things. So I wanted to give my take, my perspective, but before I do that, spoiler alert, I'm going to play a trailer to the season. And tell me if in the trailer you can pick up who they're trying to portray this person as. So this character, Homelander, is the so-called superhero / villain of the show. And he's like super strong and no one can take him down because he's the head honcho. But he wears an American flag cape and he speaks a certain way. But the way he speaks is how they imagine in their heads he speaks. So they're not looking at it from any other perspective other than this perspective. So I want you to look at it and tell me what you think. Give me your honest feedback. I'm curious if anybody else caught what I caught when I watched this show. Here we go. Here's The Boyz. By the way, I love the show. I just want everyone to understand that. I am a huge movie fan, comic book fan / hip-hop, reggae. I mean, I'm into so much that I don't think half of y'all could keep up with me. But I'm just saying, I'm going to share this clip. Let me know what you think.
So, let me say it again, Cam. I may be a superhero, but I'm also just a man who fell in love with the wrong woman. Just a man who fell for the wrong woman. Fell for the wrong woman. But out of crisis comes change. Out of crisis comes change. So I spent the last year really slowing down and reconnecting with myself. And I am very excited for everyone to meet the real me.
There's something wrong with Homelander. There's something broken. He's lost his fucking mind.
Love, mommy, daddy, and Abu. Oh!
We've been on the straight and narrow all year. No killing Soups, no drinking. Even follow Hugh Campbell's orders without strangling him.
Now you're just being cruel.
Or maybe you're not such an asshole.
People have superpowers.
But real power isn't this. It's the ability to bend the world to your will.
The gloves are off. Thought we could fight Vought the right way, but we can't. It's all rigged. We have to do it your way.
We're all we've got. It's up to us.
I warned you
I
guys.
think I have something. Maybe we can use it to blow Homelander's fucking brains out.
It's very gory. It is very gory.
What's this?
Makes you a soup for 24 hours. You're gonna need it.
The whole point of what we do is that no one should have that kind of power.
For once, I'll level the fucking playing field.
I show people the real me. I mean, they fucking love me.
By the heroes and
Fuck!
Christ. Soldier boy.
So, let me say it again.
All right. So I want to see if you caught a glimpse of what they portrayed Homelander, or who they tried to portray Homelander as, because I caught it instantly, and I was actually it was a stroke of genius, the writers of the show, because what they did was they took the entire show and they created a binoculars or lens into how they see the world, right? It was actually pretty cool, because it was like taking a walk inside the mind of the people who are perceiving current events a certain way, because then it makes a lot more sense. Then it makes a lot more sense why they think that they have to do the actions they do because the means justify the ends, or something like that, right? Because of the way they portray and view a particular person from this perspective. You get what I'm saying? So it was interesting, because maybe I'm reading into it too deep, but, and the show goes on to highlight everything about our society. It highlights the chaotic element. It highlights the revolutionary element. It highlights the woke element that exists today in our society. It highlights redemption, people trying to redeem themselves, people going through revelations and trying to heal along the way. It also very violent and very gory. It also highlights a lot. So I like the show, even though I kind of see there's a little bit of a bias in the show. I still like the show. I still enjoyed it. I still thought it was a very deep, profound season. And it touched on a lot of topics. I think they even made some comparisons to AOC and Pelosi and all these other politicians that are out there came up through the show. All the corruption of the system, all the hypocrisies. So it was a good show. I will give you that. Okay? But I just wanted to point that out. That was just my little Mahesh perspective on the show. I wanted to share that. So, all right. What else? I mean, it's a twisted show, man. Even the kid was sort of a representation of a kid in the real world, who is the son of a guy that we know who was once a president. Maybe I'm giving away too much. But anyway, guys, go ahead. If you don't mind the goriness and the the visual graphic nature of a film like this, because it's based off a graphic series that is very gory. So it's kind of holding on to the tradition of that franchise. So I don't recommend this for people who are very sensitive to seeing these things, or you can always just block your eyes at each scene. But in between all that, the storyline was good, the plot was good, the twists were amazing. And it kind of lines up with everything that's going on in our world and society today, right? Because if we think about it, who are our heroes, right? The soldiers, the politicians, the basketball players, the movie stars, the singers. These are our heroes, right? We laud them as gods in our society. And so this show plays on that. It plays on that, and it shows you how ludicrous and ridiculous all of it is. So that was my perspective on it. That's why I like the show. But I just thought it was funny that there was a lot of insinuation in comparing this guy to somebody we know. You get what I'm saying? So you tell me what you think. And I'm curious to hear your perspective on the show, what you think about it. How did you guys interpret the season? Did you enjoy it? Did you look at it from a political stance? Did you look at it from a satire, comedic stance? Did you look at it from just a comic book superhero movie stance? And what was your view? I'm curious. Leave comments down below. Let's keep that debate rolling. Let's talk about it. Let's share what we see. And this is the America I want to promote. An America where everybody can talk freely, have debate, conversation, and arguments, and still at the end of the day, know that it's about you and me and making this country a wonderful place for all inhabitants, regardless of race, creed, religion, preference, sexual orientation. We are all one family, one nation under God. God bless.